welcome to Viva Nola. I'm Anna Maria Beck, and tonight is a very special night. We are at Preservation Hall with special guests, Flor de Toloache. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I want you first to introduce yourselves and tell us about Flor de Toloache, the beginnings, the origins, all of that. Who wants to start?
Oh yeah, Mireya can start. Hi, I'm Mireya Ramos, and Flor de Toloache was born in 2008 in New York City. I came up with the idea because I was already playing mariachi. I was one of the only female mariachi in the mariachi scene in New York City. And for me, it was just, I couldn't believe that New York City didn't have an all-female mariachi. So I was like looking up the idea, and then the first person I thought of was Shay. I had been playing with her music. She had a whole solo career happening, and I was part of her band. And I was like, hey, do you want to start this band together? And she was down. She had never played mariachi, but it was exciting, and we just started with the idea, with the goal of composing our own music and hoping that that we could share the music with the world. And it took us a little longer, but here we are.
Tell me about the name. How did you choose that name?
Well, I didn't actually choose it, but I can tell the story. Originally, my name is Shay Fiol, and originally as a trio we were Xochitl, which is flower in Nahuatl, right? Got that right? And but it wasn't exactly rolling off everybody's tongue. People couldn't, it was a little complicated. So I went back to the drawing board and discovered Toloache, and learned about what it meant. And it's a flower that grows in Mexico and also the southwest region of the United States, and it's a moonflower used in love potions. And so, having just broken up, all three of us, the three original members of the group, we had just broken up with our boyfriends, so it was very fitting to have a band, making musical love potions. And then Francine Padilla suggested, a musical friend, suggested that we add Flor to soften it. Flor de Toloache is how it came to be.
It sounds great, and I love the meaning behind it. It's amazing. I love it. So where does the love for mariachi come from?
Well, for me, my dad was a mariachi, and he used to take me with him to all of his shows in San Juan, Puerto Rico, where I grew up. And he's from Michoacan, Mexico. So really, during that time, there were not a lot of mariachis. I think there was only one, and he was going around the island performing, and he would take me with him. And in the restaurant, the family restaurant we used to have in Puerto Rico, he also used to sing table to table. So I was really inspired, and I grew up listening to all the classics of mariachi. And when I came to New York, that's when I started actually performing mariachi. So it reminded me of my father, and I learned a lot through the music. I learned a lot about my roots.
Amazing. And so you were invited to play mariachi. What does it mean to you?
Well, it's grown to mean so much. I've learned so much about Mexican culture. I've learned a little bit about my background, half Cuban, that Cubans love mariachi as well. My grandmother is crazy about mariachi. Her favorite songs are La Negra, which is an official national anthem of Mexico. And it means so much to me to be a part of a band and be a part of a mariachi, because it's such an important cultural component of Mexican culture. And I'm honored to sing such beautiful, heartfelt music. Whether it's the sad love songs that we now put a female twist on, or about the history and the geography of Mexico. They're just musical aspects as well. It's like a orchestra. It's full. It's passionate. It's powerful, and I never get tired of playing it. And I never played mariachi or listened to it before I started in this group, so I just fallen deeply in love.
That is so nice. So you said that it was always intended to be an all-female band. How does it work internally, and how is it perceived?
Well, it works great internally. We have grown a lot because we've known each other for a long time, especially Shay and I. And the band has been around for 10 years. So we've had beautiful experiences. Some of them a little rough because we are an independent band, but always, you know, very positive and loving the music that we're doing and just doing it for the love of music. So we've grown a lot, and we've learned how to be leaders of the band, Shay and I, but also working with women and our dynamics, and also working with different cultures because we all come from different backgrounds. So we've learned a lot through that, but it's been amazing. We've grown a lot from that.
That was gonna be my next question. How does the personal backgrounds and personal styles mix into this band?
Very organically. We have also all played with different musicians and different kinds of music, different genres of music. So, you know, when we come together, I think we're all pretty well versed in how to, you know, kind of adapt and fit in. So everybody naturally brings their musical history to the group, but then also they've all learned the styles and the techniques of traditional mariachi, and so, you know, we play with both interchangeably, like just flows very seamlessly.
And there is a recent album that's getting a lot of great attention, Las Caras Lindas. Tell me about the album.
Las Caras Lindas, it's a beautiful song. We named the album after a beautiful song that's on the album by Tite Cura Alonso, an Afro-Puerto Rican composer. And he wrote many beautiful classics that a lot of people don't realize that he wrote them. So we wanted to highlight him because he's an Afro-Puerto Rican, and also the song itself celebrates and exalts Afro-Latinos, and it celebrates diversity, which is, you know, that's part of our message as a band. So we wanted to call it Las Caras Lindas. And it has been amazing that people have connected to it so well, and we literally poured our soul into the album. We recorded it in 7 days. It was really quick, but you know, we were really focused, and we put a lot of love into it, and a little bit of fusion, you know, a lot of original compositions, and some classics like El Wapango Medley, which is the last track of the album, which has Malagueña, El Pastor, and La Cigarra, you know, but then, you know, we have other stuff like Long Long Girl, which opens the album, which is kind of like a country vibe, and women empowerment. So we wanted to have all those elements in there, and thankfully people have received it with open hearts, and they love it. So we're very happy and excited.
Mireya, you're being a little shy about this because I know this album received a Latin Grammy for Best Ranchero Album. So tell me about that. How does that feel?
Oh, that was amazing. And I'll never forget seeing Mireya sprint up the stairs and ahead of everybody like this. I made a GIF out of it, actually. It was so great. And that's what I posted for our Grammy win. And it was like, of course, a dream come true, and so validating for us that was 9 years of, the band had existed for 9 years at that point, and it was a tough 9 years because finding women to play, to commit to the repertoire of a mariachi is a huge commitment. Then on top of that, we write our own songs, and we, make our outfits, and we grind, we played in the subway, so all of that coming together in one moment, winning an award that says, hey, good job, guys.
Right. Totally validated, huh?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well, and tonight you're in a special venue. This is the Preservation Hall in New Orleans. How do you feel about being in New Orleans and performing in this venue?
Well, first of all, New Orleans is one of my favorite cities in the U.S., so I'm very excited to be here. We've always wanted to play in New Orleans. We played here previously at the House of Blues, but this is our own show this time, and just being invited at this legendary space is an honor. Excuse me, and we're super excited. We can't wait to play and see how people are going to react to our music. So we're really, really honored to be here.
I know how they're going to react. I already know. And we were talking earlier, I wanted people to know some of the previous performances and tours that you have done.
We were actually here in New Orleans 2 years ago with the Arcs. We played at the House of Blues. We toured around Europe with them, and all over the place, all over the country. And then we also have played with Lila Downs. We went on tour with Café Tacuba, another one of our favorites. And I think we played in almost all 50 states. We're getting there.
And Europe and other countries in the world, right?
Yeah, we played in India. One of our first tours was in Spain in 2010 or 2011. And we played in Mexico, and we just got back from, a couple months ago we went to Bogotá, Colombia.
Okay, and what's next?
So another album. We're very excited. We're just starting to record our first single, but also a couple of collaborations with amazing artists that we look up to, including Diamante Eléctrico. There's a rock band from Colombia. We have a single with them in their album. Making Movies, we have a single that came out. You can look it up on Spotify. It's called Amor de mis Amores. And we have a very, very special collaboration with Miguel coming out very, very soon. I'm very excited.
Congratulations on all these accomplishments. I can't wait to see you perform tonight. You still have time to come to their performance. They're performing at 8 and 9 p.m. today?
8 and 9:30.
9:30 p.m. So even more time to get here. And also, I want you to tell our audience, how can they support you?
Well, you're doing great so far. Visit us on Spotify or Flor de Toloache. Follow us on Spotify, Instagram. Give us a little likes. It helps. Just when the music comes out, when the new music drops, go listen to it, share it, and just keep being the awesome support that you've already been.
Any final words from you?
Well, we love you. Thank you so much for supporting our music, and we're really excited to be here in New Orleans.
Thank you so much for being with Viva Nola. We're gonna leave you with a little bit of a taste of Flor de Toloache with the song Dulces Recuerdos. So follow them, Flor de Toloache, look for them, social media, everywhere. And if you can't make it here, do it, and hopefully you'll be back another time.
Recuerdos de amor de aquel verano, tiernas miradas, el sol me sonrió. Me derretí en tus brazos pensando que era eterno, aún sabiendo que todo era una ilusión. El tiempo pasó como una caricia del viento, ahí seguíamos tú y yo, mintiéndole al corazón. Aunque en el pasado